Welcome to Everyday Hip Hop. Hey, my name is Cayman. This is Xavier. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. It's nice to be out here. We had some good drops,
Yes.
some unexpected drops, and music videos as well.
Right.
So it's been an interesting week. The last couple of days, ready to get into the discussion. For
Right.
today.
So what music videos did you see? I'm intrigued.
So
I'm intrigued.
Schoolboy Q.
Oh yes.
Schoolboy Q.
Oh yes.
He dropped a music video for one of my favorite songs off of the album. I believe it was "Lost Time" with Jazzy, who was one of the most notable performers from the album, from the infamous Diddler. But
signed to Diddler as well.
Signed to the Diddler. But
right.
Jazzy was a great album, and that was a great music video as well. I loved the imagery. He had a lot of old school cartoons, but in more of a black or brown color tone.
Okay.
So he was like a black Bugs Bunny, a black different black characters, and then how that related to the theme and the message of the song. Schoolboy Q really does great with his visuals for his album, so it was really good as well just to see him out there and having fun.
Right. Yeah, shout out to Schoolboy Q. Blue Lips was a album that dropped earlier this year that is in contention for one of the best albums this year. You know TDE, you know Schoolboy Q, you know what you're going to get from that camp, and it was very much the same from his recent project that dropped earlier this year. So shout out to Schoolboy Q and that camp.
Q. Yeah, shout out to Schoolboy Q. Yeah, the whole TDE camp is really showing out right now.
Right.
Some new signees, some debut projects right around the corner. So there's a lot of interesting things going around with TDE at the moment.
1000%. And
you thought they was finna go bye-bye after Kendrick left.
I didn't think they were gonna go bye-bye, but I was scared at the future of TDE, and we'll get to it when we talk about their new signee and what kind of where they're going as far as being a label and evolving as a label. So we'll talk about that. But there was a drop this week, Xavier, that we do need to talk about. Now, we did get 2 full projects from this man earlier this year. Yes. We Don't Trust You. We Still Don't Trust You.
Mm-hmm.
Future dropped a mixtape this week. The mixtape is called Mixtape Pluto. I wanted to have a conversation, and we don't have to stay on this topic for long, but we have been talking about oversaturation in the market. We have been talking about yeah, we have been talking about cleaning up the industry in certain ways, and Future is one of the most influential rappers in this modern day age and era. You can see he has a lot of sons and daughters in this rap game right now. I can't say that personally I have been the biggest Future guy, but I understand it. And as a music enthusiast, you have to understand certain elements are things that are going on in the music landscape that you not necessarily agree with, or that is your taste. So I respect Future for what Future is and what he has been for music in the last 10 to 15 years. So when music from Future does drop, you do listen and you do have a tentative ear to what's going on in the culture at this time. So Future dropped Mixtape Pluto. We've been talking about oversaturation. This is his 3rd project this year. Do you think he is doing a little bit too much? What did you think about the album? I'm going to just throw it all to you right now.
I mean, it does definitely contribute to the oversaturation, but with that, We Still Don't Trust You and We Don't Trust You were still very great projects and contenders for some of the best projects of the year.
Do you go back to those projects?
I go back to We Still Don't Trust You more than We Don't Trust You. I prefer more R&B
singing Future
to rapping Future.
Right.
So I did really enjoy We Still Don't Trust You. So I will definitely go back to that. Now looking at Mixtape Pluto, we always have that question of what is really the difference between an album and what is the difference between a mixtape. And coming off of We Still Don't Trust You and We Don't Trust You, which were album certified top contenders for albums of the year, then looking at Mixtape Pluto, I think that difference between album and mixtape is very evident. This sounded very less put together, very less thematic, more so just like some songs that he was working on and was like, all right, let me just drop it. Just give the people something to listen to. Kind of similar to what we got from J. Cole for 4 years, just doing a lot of features.
Right.
But in this way, he's just dropping his own songs. So I'm not upset at that in any way. And overall, it was a really good, solid project. When I think of a mixtape, usually I don't think of a song that's more than 10 tracks, and this was 18. So in my eyes, regardless, that's an album. But if you just listen to some of the songs and the album overall, there are certain areas where it does sound a little unfinished. But the beats hit heavy, and Future's not one of those artists where you're really listening for their lyricism. But when I tell you these beats was hitting, my dad was even like, oh,
right,
man, when I was younger, we would have been listening to Future because these beats would have been us all you looking for.
Yeah.
And production was crazy. Production.
Yeah. I'm gonna be you guys got the realist Cayman today, in the rarest and realest form. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like this album like that. Well,
I'm
it's
not
not an
mad at
album.
that.
It's a mixtape. The beats were good.
Beats were very good.
I just don't know if I needed Mixtape Pluto from Future right now when I've heard these Future songs before, but done better.
Yeah.
I am like you as well when it comes to Future as far as melody and R&B, and when he sings, I like singing Future more than I like rapping Future. So I don't think he really got to his shit as far as like making songs that were like singing, except like the last couple.
Yeah,
at the end of this,
was it Lost My Dog?
Yeah, Lost My Dog was one that I like.
And then the beginning of Too Fast, which is interesting because I like singing R&B Future. But the two songs that I liked the least off of this album
were the singing songs.
Were the singing songs.
I didn't.
I feel like they're just a little too slow.
Yeah, I kind of liked Lost My Dog. I just liked his melody. I liked the message, but I liked the melody on it as well. I just don't think any of these other Future tracks where the beat was banging, it's just it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me.
Ocean
to download, maybe to work out.
Oh, definitely.
Or run or something like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm like, I don't know if I need this Future album.
I didn't need this mixtape to be this long.
Okay.
But there are definitely some songs that I have been going back to since it dropped. Starting with Press the Button and Ocean. I really enjoy the beat off Press the Button. And it's funny, when we were talking to Fox in the group chat, he said Future's like junk food. It's bad for you, but it's just so good. And I was like, that is very relatable, specifically for the song Press the Button, because that song is so bad, but it is so good. There's a part in there specifically where why are you rapping like that? He completely switched his flow up. He was not rapping like that on any part of that song other than that where he was like Pluto Mick Jagger, and then he goes off on that little tangent for a second. Pluto had it, and I was like, why are you barring up like this right now? But that beat just takes you somewhere where you're not really paying attention
to what he's
not really paying attention. But Ocean, lyricism and beat, overall production, that was a great song. Press the Button. MJ, I would say, is my favorite beat off of the whole mixtape. That beat was going crazy, but overall I would say that was some of the weakest lyrics at the same time. But I'm not going to listen in the Future for the lyrics in the first place, so that doesn't really matter.
Right.
Brazier, South of France, Surfing on a Tsunami, we did get some glimpses of more singing melodic Future. I really did enjoy that track as well. Then going into Made My Hoe Faint, overall, the best song off this mixtape is Oath. Oath goes so damn hard, nigga. It don't matter what else is on this album.
Oath was only
a mixtape.
Oath was only a minute and 35.
Track. Yeah, not everything need a hook. Come on here and spit real quick. I'll take it
and get the job done.
Get the job done. He got the job done on there.
So Xavier, Mixtape Pluto, what do you rank this album out of 10?
So when I first listened to it, I was at work. So I had my AirPods in. I was just listening to it, trying to pay attention. And I was in the group chat like, oh, this shit's trash. But then I got to my car. I was off of work. I got to my car.
Heard that thing in them speakers.
Heard them thing in that speakers came in. This shit is an 8.
Stop.
This shit's an 8.
It's not no 8 out of 10 album.
It's just an 8.
This is an 8 out of 10
It's
album.
not an album, Cayman.
Mixtape.
It's a mixtape. Mixtapes don't get judged
You gave
hard.
Doechii a 9. So this is right below Doechii's.
Well, it's different quality.
Oh,
you're listening to Doechii for that message. You're listening to Doechii for that artistry to see which avenues of music she's gonna go to. She's gonna give you some pop sounds. She's gonna give you some boom bap lyricism. She's gonna give you some R&B and alternative. You're going in there for the art. Future, you're going in there for the vibes. And this beats and this production from Oath and To Press the Button carries you all the way.
So Future did his job.
Future did his job. His job is to give me a vibe. Let me put this on and go to the gym. Let me put this on when I get off of work and I'm driving on the freeway and I just need a bass to let these niggas know I'm coming. Future did his job. So I'll give him an 8 for doing your job.
I'm going to give this man a solid 6 out of 10 for this album.
You sound like a hater.
Mixtape Pluto. I can 1000% sound like a hater, but that's actually a great segue because I actually do think I'm a hater, Xavier. Shout out to Future and hey, get this money and do what you do and let the beats bang, and that's why I think we're in the element of music that we are in today.
But
Xavier.
that goes back to you. What you love the most when it comes to an album or an artist, you always talk about impact.
I love
now
impact.
Future might not be the best rapper, he might not be the best artist, he might not be the best lyricist, but he is one of the best at curating a sound that will give you a hit, only rivaled by an artist maybe like Drake. So when you're looking at that artist and his impact on the industry and all these up and coming artists and artists in general, I can see why people look at Future as one of the best in this generation, a contender for top 3. But overall, I can see why someone like you, who is very much more focused on overall artistry as that relates to the music that I'm listening to and listening to with an attentive ear, but not everybody deserves that ear or needs that ear. Some people just need a curated vibe. Future's like a DJ vibe list DJ. He's like, what's the mood? Oh, you're going here, you're going there, listen to these tracks. He's not really saying I'm about to make you think on any sort of introspective level.
But I feel like Future has given me records where maybe not thinking on an introspective record, but it has been really a vibe. I like melody Future. I like Future with the melodies. I don't like Future when he act tough. So when he talk about drugs.
So what do you think about Surfing on a Tsunami? He was very melodic on there.
That's what I'm saying. There was a couple records where he did just that, but the overall scheme of this mixtape wasn't aimed to be melodic and do certain things, even though he gave us different elements. It was more to bang and give us the rap be more songs, and I appreciate that for the base and audience that he created for that, and he has created for a long, very, very long time and captivated and has created babies from that certain element of that.
He was